Check the link in this YouTube video for January Ted Jones Comedy Show dates. We have January 10th, 7 p.m., January 24th, 7 p.m., and then a Friday night show, January 28th, 11:59 p.m., basically midnight, but don't want you guys to get confused. All at the Stand NYC Comedy Club and Restaurant, Ted Jones Comedy Show. It's going to be lit. Hope to see you guys at every single one of these shows, and if I don't, check the link in this YouTube video, and you can check and see if you will make another Ted Jones Comedy Show in February. But until then, just check out the Ted Jones World YouTube channel, and we do make Ted Jones Comedy Show vlogs for every single show. All right? Perfect. Stay tuned for the rest of this episode.
Hey, go frío con mi amigo Ted Jones.
Today is Christmas. I have so many things to be thankful for on today, a day like Christmas. I think you're supposed to save that for Thanksgiving, but given that today is Christmas, I am Jewish. I have spent a number of Christmases, though, at my grandmother's house in Philadelphia, and then unfortunately we weren't able to go down there because of the YH. She thinks it's not so safe, even though she's gotten boosted. I myself, if you guys have watched previous vlogs, or maybe I've talked about it on this podcast, or I definitely have, I've had 3 shots, but still being careful, because there are a lot of people that are susceptible to this virus, even with 3 shots. So today being Christmas, as I said, I'm thankful for a lot of things. One thing I am thankful for is like the past 8 months. For those of you who don't know, I stopped working at my dad's company around 7.5, 8 months ago. And it was a tough transition initially. I mean, I guess it is still a tough transition in general, from working Monday through Friday, the 9 to 5 kind of grind. I definitely learned a lot in terms of even real estate, in terms of myself, working for my dad for 5.5 years. It was really a great experience. But just being thankful in general for that opportunity, because when I was done with college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. And it took me a few years to really kind of nail down and figure out what I wanted to do. Now, while I was working for my dad, I did still take improv classes after work a couple days a week at UCB. I was messing around in the stand-up comedy game. But we started this podcast, as you guys know. Today is episode 198. So started this podcast 2.5 years ago and intend to just keep doing it because we have very interesting guests here on the couch. A couple times a month, whatever that is. And then, we also have me here on the couch just talking to you guys. But it's been a great year, and I'm looking forward to 2022, and always look forward to reading your guys' DMs on Instagram or through Gmail, tedjonesworld on gmail.com. But just always love hearing what you guys are thinking. And if you guys, have any opinions that differ from my opinions, of course I love hearing that. But that doesn't happen that much, right? Because I'm never wrong. Whatever. Spending the day, actually, I'm going to my mom's house later today. I guess we're getting Chinese food for Christmas. That's what I guess Jews do on Christmas. But, today a lovely day. I do celebrate Hanukkah in general because I am Jewish. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Jewish. Oh, there it is. And people, when there's like a bit I do, but they're like, well, you don't look Jewish. How does one respond to that comment? Like, what? That's super offensive. What is that supposed to mean? And then you obviously know what they mean when you say that. They're implying that Jews have a big nose. And then what am I supposed to say? Oh, I don't look Jewish? What do you mean? You don't think I have a big nose? You don't think that? Whatever the heck it may be.
Hey, go frío con mi amigo Ted Jones.
That sound effect came from the last vlog that we posted, the Miami vlog. If you guys didn't check that out, I was in Miami for 6 nights, had a great time. My dad is down there for the most part half the year, but saw him, hung out. And I'd recommend, if you guys are looking for a week-long holiday, like you guys live in a cold environment, don't go to New York for the week. It's going to be expensive. It's cold. Like, I don't really understand the hype of New York during the holidays. Like, I get it. Yes, you see the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center, which I did on one of the vlogs. You see all the lights at Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, all that crap, Midtown. But it's just like double the price of like a trip to Miami, especially during the winter. Like, you could come to New York in May, maybe in June, before it's like really hot and it's like nice weather. The prices come down. But I'd say December, January are the best dates to go to Miami. You heard it here first, guys. It's warm down there. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. And it's great weather in Miami during December and January. You guys don't want to go to Miami, though, during Art Basel week. That's when the hotels are like 5 times the price that they are. But I recommend getting down there because it's a good time. It's chill. December, January in Miami, and then whatever, February, March, April, May, June in New York when the prices come down. Because like people don't need to fire around the December and January. So I wanted to talk also about like the theater closures. I see that the NBA games are still happening. Some of them got postponed. So like I'm in an awkward position. I feel I'm at a vulnerable position. I don't want people to think that I'm being irresponsible by having these comedy shows, but guys, at the same time, like these people need to work. Like people need to make money. You know, we all know how to protect ourselves the most from this virus, and that's getting 2 initial shots and then a 3rd booster shot and wearing your mask and keeping 6 feet social distance. So in the room, in the main room at the stand, we can hold like upwards of 120 people. So if half of those people are in the crowd, like we'll be able to distance. And I think that that's a solid measure of, you know, how we can still do things and be inside. Also, like every restaurant that you're in requires a Vax card, yes, but like you're sitting around sometimes not even 6 feet from the people at the table next to you and you still have your mask off. There are like a lot of weird kind of rules with the mask that I don't really know if I fully agree on. Dr. Fauci has never once been on the TV and been like, you guys need to eat more fruits and vegetables. You guys need to exercise. You know, like the 2 main things that should be on the front of people's minds is like, how can I best protect myself from the virus besides getting 3 shots, wearing a mask, and keeping 6 feet? You guys got to eat healthier. Less meat, less items of food clogging your arteries. You know, like one of the crazier things I think I saw was like, they were giving out free Krispy Kreme donuts. This was like a few months ago in New York, at least, for people who got the 2nd shot. This might have actually been like nationwide, but like, just think about how crazy that sounds. You get a free Krispy Kreme donut if you get a vaccine shot. Like now all of a sudden we're supposed to pay attention to like what these pharmaceutical companies have been putting out within the last year and a half. Well, I know it's crazy that like they were able to create a vaccine so quickly. Like that's amazing science. That's great. But like now all of a sudden we're just supposed to forget like how the Sackler family made an entire generation addicted to opiates. I know that this is like a different company and that's like not related, but we've been so against pharmaceutical companies for so many years, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to switch off and be like, oh, all right, well, you know, they make the vaccine, we got to get the vaccine now. I'm not anti-vaxxer. I'm not saying that. I'm just looking at the whole picture. How I have not heard Dr. Fauci one time tell people to go out for a walk after dinner. Go out for a walk in the morning when you wake up. Do freaking lunges. Do 20 push-ups. Do 20 sit-ups. Do 30 jumping jacks. I haven't heard that one time. And that's crazy that I haven't heard one time. All I've heard is get the vaccine. Don't see your loved ones. Put on your mask. It's just odd. It's odd. You know, am I going to get canceled for saying some of this? No, because it's a podcast and I'm not doing it for a network at the current moment, and I'm just speaking what I think. Guys, come on. I got glasses on right now. Like, obviously I'm smart. No, but these glasses I think are actually a like step down of the last prescription that I got. Because like every couple years or every year your eyes are not getting better. It's like more likely that they're getting worse. But I'm actually interested to see more of this experiment they're doing, where like they'll have these eye drops and then the eye drops will slowly like make your vision better. I'd much rather look into that than getting my eyes lasered. My dad got his vision lasered, but still he's not at 20%. But he used to have such bad eyes that like he doesn't even care. But if I'm going in there and I'm getting my corneas cut, I want to have 20/20 vision. Rather, I want to have 40/20 vision. I don't know if that's actually better than 20/20. Is it? You guys let me know, tedjonesworld@gmail.com. So looking at today being Christmas, I just wanted to talk about crypto because I've talked about crypto many a times on this pod, but I wanted to show you guys what the actual numbers were last year compared to this year. And we'll just talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? So Bitcoin at this time last year was 23,463. Ethereum at this exact date last year was $633.06. So we're going to go to my little Coinbase app and we're going to see what Bitcoin and Ethereum are actually at today compared to last year. So Bitcoin today is at $50,730 compared to last year, which was $23,463. So guys, Bitcoin is up like 120% over the last year. Ethereum is at $4,067, and last year it was at $633. So that is up multi-hundreds of a percent. And then, we could look at Cardano, which is at $1.44, and last year it was at 15 cents. XRP is at 31 cents, and today it's at $1. Like all of crypto from last year over year, 365 days ago, is up. So while I've talked about on this podcast how valuable I believe crypto will be in the future and also this metaverse, you cannot miss out on this. Even if you have your whole portfolio in cash, in Schwab, in Apple, S&P, whatever it is, you got to put at least I'd say 3% of your net worth towards crypto. Let's say you're worth $100,000, put $3,000 in crypto. Because if crypto does live up to the hype and it goes up like 500x times here, you're going to be pissed that you missed out on it. Because you can, if you are worth $100,000, you can afford to lose that $3,000. So it has too much upside. And just from what I've been watching on YouTube University, Raoul Paul, Michael Saylor, BitBoy Crypto, these are three guys that I think really have a good hand on the pulse of the crypto market. But you guys check that out. And, if you really don't feel what I'm saying, I know in the past I've made crypto calls, I've made stock calls, but I'm obviously not a financial advisor. I guess I got to say that. But these are just trends I'm noticing. And right now, my portfolio, I guess I'll let you guys know, I'm probably 70% crypto right now. 70%. So if that 70% goes down to zero, will I be screwed? Maybe, but that 30% should hopefully last a couple years so I don't, go broke and whatever it is. But I really do believe in crypto strongly. I think that crypto is here to stay. And the more I think interwebbed our life gets with VR, crypto is going to be a big factor. Especially with inflation, whatever. Inflation was 7% this year. And most people, definitely over 50% of the people don't even get a 7% raise each year. That's a lot. That's a big raise to get. So if you got a 3% raise last year or within the last 365 days, you only got a 4% raise. You know what I mean? And you're still not even covering inflation. Listening to the media is important. Sure. Absolutely. Do I listen to Dr. Fauci and what the CDC has to say? Yes, absolutely. But I think at this point, we've had 3 shots. I see that Israel is in the middle of trying out 4th doses for their people. 3 shots in with a mask, social distance. I think you're as safe as you can be. The last Ted Jones Comedy Show was absolutely nuts. My PE teacher that was there. My math teacher was there. My principal was there. This is so crazy. I walk into the stand, guys, 2 weeks ago. I see my PE teacher in the distance. And I'm like, what? So I go up to him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, man, what's up? It's the Friends holiday party. And I went to the school called Friends for middle school. So then as I'm talking to him, I see my math teacher in the distance. I see my principal on the other side. I was like, guys, you got to come downstairs to the Ted Jones Comedy Show. They all did. Saw my 15-minute set. It was amazing. Had to cut 1 or 2 jokes. One of my jokes where I lied about getting mugged. Weird story, but I do tell the full story on stage. So you guys come to the Ted Jones Comedy Show and you'll hear this full story. But I feel like when we were kids, when we were younger, all of us, it was way easier to lie. It was way easier to lie 10, 15, 20 years ago. Because you said something, you did something. It wasn't on the cloud living forever. Now you tell a lie, you do something on camera. Everybody's got it. It's on the cloud. You fucked. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a message online oh, we've been watching you through the camera. Send us 35 Bitcoins to this IP address. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Somebody's looking at me through the camera. I'm looking at the camera right now with infrared beam light 1, infrared beam light 2, Ted Jones World hat to the right, and we don't have one there to the left, but yes, it's always lit. Nice little message here from Justin Bieber. All right, let's read this. My Christmas wish is for whoever is reading this to stop and let God love you. Nice. Allow him to remind you of who you are this Christmas. Today, we celebrate the birth of Jesus. We celebrate his life, but let's also celebrate his death, burial, and resurrection. He not only lived a sacrificial life, but died a sacrificial death. Then he rose from the dead, defeating death once and for all, so that you and I can truly live for eternity. Let him love you. Nice words. Bieber. I feel like he also did not used to be so religious until like with the last few years. I think he like finally found himself. And also the post after this from CNBC, billionaire Ray Dalio, who's like an amazing hedge fund guy. If you guys have ever heard of him, or if you haven't, search him on Google, Ray Dalio. He said, Bitcoin is like a younger generation's alternative to gold. Right. Could be true. And if this guy's right, this time next year, I mean, the predictions for Bitcoin are all over the place, right? People have thought that Bitcoin is going to be 100,000 by the end of this year. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but who knows? Maybe this last week we'll have a spike up to like 60,000, 70,000. But Bitcoin looks as if it's here to stay. It's digital gold. Us people, meaning us people, I guess what generation are we even? Millennials? We value digital things, right? Like think about how the younger generation, like when they play Fortnite, they want to get all these skins in Fortnite. They want to have the special sword. You know, they don't really care about having a bar of gold in their house. They don't care about the tangible touching things. They care about digital fame, digital creations. Mr. Beast, you see this guy on YouTube. The guy has 100 million subscribers. He recreated the Squid Games. Recreated Squid Game. I guess that's how you call it. I haven't even seen that yet, by the way. But he went to Netflix and he was like, look, I want to recreate Squid Game. And Netflix was like, I don't know. But then he went on YouTube and just put it up for free and now has like 150 million views on it, which is more than what Netflix would have been able to accomplish for him in general. So I think digital age is going to be a huge thing within the next, obviously, year, but next 10 years to come. And my portfolio being 70% crypto, I'm confident in crypto, guys. I've said it here once, I've said it here a million times, but I am very confident in the crypto game. So we will be putting out one more Ted Jones World podcast episode on Thursday, December 30th. But what do I look for in this new year? I look forward to a full year of doing things that I really like to do. And if you guys are doing things that you really like to do, power to you, because there's nothing better than that. Waking up and being like, oh, cool, I'm pumped to do what I'm about to do. You know, I think that's very valuable. Being happy, being healthy, going to the gym as many days a week as you possibly can, just because that helps out mentally too. You might not think so, but eating well and going to the gym has really helped me mentally. I used to be a full ADHD kid. I took Adderall for like 5.5 years. It made me a zombie, helped me do schoolwork, but like I was always stressed. And I don't know, maybe if kids start lifting a little bit younger, like they start lifting in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they learn the basics of like going to the gym and how to work out. I think that's such a valuable skill. So my PE teacher who came to the Ted Jones Comedy Show, man, I hope you're listening to this right now and you agree. Because like kids, I think, should learn how to work out in middle school. You know, you get to high school and you do those sports-specific workouts, whatever that is. If you're on the football team, you're doing a lot of squats. I don't know if you're on the tennis team, you're doing a lot of lunges, whatever it is. You're doing like sport-specific workouts. But I think it's very valuable to pay attention to your health, not eat so much red meat in general, and, you know, focusing on the compact lifts, the like 10 core workouts, or the 10 main workouts that you should be doing. You know, squat, bench press, shoulder press, friggin' abs. But I think it is beneficial for everybody to know what they're doing in the gym, because I can't tell you how many times I go to the gym and I see guys who are 50, 60, 70 years old in the gym and they still don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's obviously not their fault, but like doing half reps at a fast pace, it's not the way to go. You know, you gain more muscle, they say, on the way down. So not the contraction, but the contraption. Contract, extract. What the hell is it called? I got to even look this up. What's it called? Contracting the muscle and extracting the muscle? that it?
Okay. I found this on the web for contracting the muscle and extracting the muscle. Check it out.
There's so many basic things that we just don't learn in school, which I haven't even really fully grasped. I don't think people who are older have grasped it as well. Like why did we have to learn Algebra 2? Why did we have to learn pre-calc, calculus? I didn't even make it to calculus. Like, I don't use calculus now. I'd much rather have had a class that taught me about taxes, because I'm just even learning about taxes now, and I'm 30 years old. That's BS. We got to change the educational system, and YouTube is really going to help it. You guys, going into debt, going to school, that freaking stinks, but whatever, to each his own. And as you guys are listening to this, it is not Christmas, but I really hope that you did have an amazing Christmas day. And as we go forward here, episode 198, I look forward to just giving you guys the goods, everything that's on the top of my head. Before we get out of here, I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for supporting the Ted Jones World Podcast, Ted Jones Vlog, Ted Jones Comedy Show, whatever. And, till 2022, we'll just continue doing what we're doing, all right? Peace.